Yeah, it's been good. Obviously the game didn't go the way we wanted it, but we're all in Indiana now, and we're kind of rallying around each other and trying to go, give Indiana their first loss.
Jonathan said you guys had a players-only meeting on Sunday. I guess can you speak on that?
Yeah, I think the leaders on the team, our captains and then the leaders wanted to, thought it was necessary to, bring us all together and just kind of talk about, where we're at this season and what we need to do, to keep pushing forward and, end the season right.
Is there a sense there that you want to make sure something doesn't linger? Is that part of the reason for that?
Oh yeah, I think we don't want the loss last week to affect the rest of the season for sure. But it's more just about just rallying behind each other and yeah.
Just wondering how you guys are approaching this. Is it like a one-game season with the bye right after it, and then a three-game season? Or do you just kind of take it all four at once? Or?
I think it's just one game at a time. Right now we're all focused on Indiana, and what comes after that comes. But one game at a time.
What's turned around for you guys, Jack, in the run game these last couple of weeks? And when you're able to run it that way, how much different can this offense be?
Yeah, I think it kind of starts from that first bye week. We kind of went back to the basics and what we brought, what we started doing out here, starting way back in January of last year. So kind of went back to the basics and just did the little things right, and we're starting to run the ball better, which is good.
What's the bigger effect on the offense when you've been a part like last year? How balanced you guys were? What's
that's a big thing is we run the ball, we get to throw the ball. So running the ball, we load up the box and we get to shoot the ball over the top to whoever it is, Nick or Montori or Cadillac or whoever it is. So yeah.
What was the difference from last year? You guys had Oregon State get number one red zone offense in the nation to this year, basically the opposite. I mean, what's your view on what isn't working down there?
We're moving the ball like crazy on everyone we play. We just got to finish better, either whether it's turnovers or just penalties like false starts or just we're shooting ourselves in the foot kind of. So just finishing better and I know we can do it. So just got to take it a game at a time. We got Indiana this week, and we're gonna finish in the red zone this week against Indiana.
You mentioned the run game and what it's been able to accomplish. How close do you feel, based on that you are to resembling what you saw at the last years at Oregon State?
Yeah, I mean we're close. It's obviously it's the first year a lot of these guys are in this offense, so it's however it is, they're still getting used to it. But it's we're close. It's fun to watch those guys run, K'Ron and Nate, and even getting the young guys in there, Makai and Brandon Tolis. So it's fun watching everyone run, and the guys up blocking up front are doing a great job. So we just got to keep taking steps each week.
How much is that zone blocking scheme kind of a work in progress? I mean, in the sense that you guys are maybe finally hitting your stride with it.
Yeah, I mean it for sure is. We had a little bit of spring ball, a little bit of fall camp, and then kind of right into the season. So being able to take and practice each week, we get to practice more, and even in the games, just use that to learn more about different things. So it's definitely a work in progress, and it's coming along pretty well, I think. So.
I'm wondering if you sense any sort of attitude change after that last bye with the offensive line, with getting some success. I mean, does it feel like there's? I mean, I don't know how down they were with the run game struggles, but they really turned it around tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think we were ever down on the run game. We always knew what we could do. As you can see, we ran the ball over Iowa and Michigan as well. But I don't think they're ever down. But I think going back, like I said, going back to the basics and focusing on the little things, and it's helped to spring our run game. And so that bye week definitely was a game changer for us.
What has that last two games done for their confidence along the line?
Oh, it's helped. I think. Like I said, they were always confident. They always, everyone in the building, we all knew what they could do the whole time. They knew what they could do, and now it's good to see that they're showing what they can do. I'm excited to watch them play the last 5 games or so.
You mentioned giving Indiana their first losses is the goal here, right? And I'm curious, you can look at it as like, let's go win a game, and it's a very like self-reflective, I guess, point of view. But when you're talking about giving teams their first loss, it almost feels like you're playing against the opponent like, let's go wreck a season. And I'm curious when the sort of switch happens between those two mentalities in a season.
Yeah, I think it's always about us. It's always we're focused on Indiana obviously this week, but it's always about us and getting a win for ourselves and going out there and doing that. Everyone focusing on their 111th, which is our big thing. And if we get to go out there and win and ruin their season, that's a good thing. But I think it's more focused on ourselves and doing our part.
You've seen a few Big Ten opponents now this season, and I'm curious what stands out to you about the difference between the Big Ten and what you'd seen before.
I don't know how. I wouldn't say nothing really stands out too much in regards to the team and the players, but I just think there's a lot of teams out here that's had coaches that's been here for 10 years and guys they're well coached and well disciplined teams.
Did you kind of expect that coming in?
Yeah, I mean I kind of expected. I knew Big Ten football was one of the best conferences, so I expected to be competitive and fun conference to play in.
Jack, what you learn over like the last week about the Michigan game, what it means here, and what were expectations going in versus coming out of it? Just what's that process been like of learning all that?
Yeah, I learned it's a big game, it's an intense rivalry. I've been kind of a part of rivalries before, but this is it's definitely intense, a big game, but we're kind of moving past it and leaving that behind us. There's nothing we can do about it now, so we're just kind of moving on to Indiana.
How much do you think the time of possession advantage that you were able to create against Iowa and Michigan is indicative of where the offense is kind of, taking the next step forward?
No, that's where we want to be. We want to control the game with our offense and get our defense a little break and be able to sit on the bench and recoup and figure out what they got to do while we're marching down the field. So, I think it's where we want to be. We want to control the ball and control the game. So, I can expect us to keep taking steps at that.
How important do you think it is this week, especially considering on the flip side Indiana's offense?
No, it's a big. I mean, they have good offense. Explosive offense. So we're gonna, I know Coach Rossi and the defense are gonna handle it, but we're gonna try to, keep their offense off the field as much as possible.
What do you like most about playing tight end? I'm curious.
I think it's just it's a challenge. You got to be able to block dudes bigger than you and then winning routes against guys quicker and smaller than you. So I think it's just a fun challenge and it's an exciting position to play.
Let's go, Jack.